Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Magic News with Magic Ridge. I'm your host, Ridge. It's nice to meet you. Magic Ridge here. We're going to go into the Adventures of the Forgotten Realms spoilers for July 2nd. Is July 2nd, 2021. But before we do, really quick, I just want to let you know I got a current giveaway going on right now. You can win lots of stuff up here. You can win 3 booster packs, including modern stuff like Modern Horizons, and you know, you get the Kaldheim and the other stuff there, the Strixhaven. Second place is getting Modern Horizons and Zendikar Rising. That's second place. 3 winners in this giveaway. And like, I don't know, here's, you know, third place, Modern Horizons, maybe like a spin down or something or whatever. You know, something like that. So all you gotta do is subscribe to Magic Ridge YouTube channel, leave a thumbs up and a comment on the video I'm gonna link in the description below. So if you want to enter that giveaway, go ahead and do that. That's all I'm gonna really speak on it. We're gonna go right into the Adventures of the Forgotten Realms spoiler season, and we're gonna let you know, guys, we're actually nearing the end here. They've given us so much. So here's the stats. At the end of this video, this is what we're looking at. So we're looking at roughly 218 or so. They might spoil another card or two while I'm making this video. So we're at 218 of 281. So we only got like 63 or less cards to go after these spoilers I'm about to do right now. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty hyped on it though. Everything's looking pretty good. Everything's on the up and up. I'm having fun. I'm liking it. We're gonna get right into it, and this looks like playable stuff right now. We got a Goblin Javelin for 1 red mana. 1 CC creature type Goblin Warrior. He is a 1/1 with haste. When Goblin Javelin becomes blocked, it deals 1 damage to target creature blocking it. So this is wonderful for like that red deck wins and like standard stuff like that. That'll be wonderful for that. Next up, we're going to go with Power of Persuasion. Let me persuade you with my 2 heads here. For 2 mana of any color and an island, 3 CC sorcery speed, choose target creature and opponent controls, and then roll a d20. So on the roll, 1 through 9 is going to net you return it to its owner's hand. 10 through 19 is going to do its owner puts it on top or bottom of their library, and the magical number 20 is gain control of it until the end of your next turn. Okay, I don't know how you feel on that one. I don't feel it's not very nice. Moving right along, we've got Runeshield Frost Giant. This looks amazing for limited. From what I can see, for 3 mana of any color and island, 5 CC, we have a creature type Giant Warrior. He's a 4/5. A 5/5 would be better. He has Ward 3 though, so he's gonna. It's very nice. So whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter it unless they pay an additional 3 mana for the target. So he's a little evasive on the target, so that's nice. Next up, we have Wizard's Spellbook for 5 mana of any color and island. So 7 CC here for an artifact that costs blue mana. You can tap this artifact to exile target instant or sorcery card from a graveyard. Any graveyard, not just your graveyard, all the graveyards. Then roll a d20. Activate only as a sorcery. Okay? So you can't do it in response because it's sorcery speed, I guess. 1 through 9 on this d20 roll is going to net you copy that card. You may cast the copy. Excuse me, I have like a nut or something on my tongue. I need some trail mix. 10 through 19 is going to net you copy that card. You may cast the copy by paying 1 generic mana rather than paying its mana cost. Okay, very nice. And 20, the magical 20, is going to copy each card exiled with Withered Spellbook. You may cast any number of the copies without paying their mana cost. So that, in theory, seems pretty good. In theory, it seems fine. This bums me out, but the artwork and everything is awesome. I'm looking for that skeleton legend that's gonna like command my armor, my army of skeletons, and just like mono black mostly. There are a couple other skeletons that also do things, but so anyway, besides my rambling, we've got Demilich up here. Demilich for island. 4cc, all blue. Creature type skeleton wizard. This skeleton wizard is just a head with diamonds for eyes and teeth. Whoa, watch out here, guys. Okay, so what's the scoop? The skeleton is a 4/3. He's a creature skeleton wizard. As I said before, he's not a legend, unfortunately, as well. So whenever Demilich attacks, exile up to one target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard. Copy it. This one is from your graveyard. You may cast the copy. Okay? It also has you may cast Demilich from your graveyard by exiling 4 instant and or sorcery cards, so either one, from your graveyard in addition to paying its other costs. Okay? So the mana would be a thing. So, yeah, what do you guys think? Leave a comment. What do you think about this guy? You guys have any feelings over Demilich? We're going to move on. We're going to go with Hulking Bugbear for 1 mana of any color and Mountain 3cc creature type Goblin. He is a 3/3 with haste. I think he's just good enough, you know. He's 3 for 3. He's got haste. I think he's just enough, probably. We'll see, though. I don't play a lot of red aggro. Moving on, we have Red Dragon for 4 mana of any color, and then Mountain 6cc for a 4/4 creature dragon with flying, and it has Fire Breath. So when Red Dragon enters the battlefield, it deals 4 damage to each opponent. Pretty cool, not bad at all there for the dragon. Next up, we've got Shocking Grasp for 1 mana of any color and an island. Instant speed, target creature gets -2/-0 until end of turn, draw a card. Next up, we have Kaylin, Reclusive Painter, for a swamp and a mountain 2cc legendary creature, human elf bard. Here we go with the magical stuff. We're getting magical, boys. But this is an uncommon magical. This elf bard is a 1/2. It has a little extra of that ass. A little extra ass, a little booty on the... You can't see it under her cloak or whatever, but it's fine. She has, when Kaylin, Reclusive Painter, enters the battlefield, create a treasure token. So, ETB treasure token. Other creatures you control enter the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on them for each mana from a treasure spent to cast them. So every time you use a treasure to cast a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature if the painter is on the battlefield. Next up, we have something pretty cool. I would probably consider playing this in the night build if it was definitely high priority, or if I pull it. We have Guardian of Faith, okay, for 1 mana of any color, and then white, plains, 3cc. We have a creature type Spirit Knight, okay. He's very cool. He looks very nice. He's a 3/2, so he's a little extra that front action, which isn't bad to see. He's got good old flash and vigilance. I'm starting to really like vigilance nowadays, honestly, so you can attack and block. Very nice. When Guardian of Faith enters the battlefield, any number of other target creatures you control phase out. So treat them and anything attached to them as though they don't exist until their controller's next turn. So it's kind of going to be like a Teferi's protection type thing for just your creatures, I believe, besides this one. So this guy's going to come in, he's going to phase out all your creatures, so this would be good for a board wipe that you can't protect your creatures from, or something like that. In response to somebody blowing the board as well, if you have the mana, it is only 3. So it's probably right around playable. There's counter spells that cost 3 mana that people play, probably. Depending. There's also a lot of 1/2 as well. So, very cool. Like I said, I would like to pick one of these up. If I pull one, that would be very nice. Next up, we have Minimus Containment for 2 mana of any color and 1 white mana. 3 CC for an enchantment aura. Enchant non-land permanent, so anything besides land. It's got a creature depicted here. So enchanted permanent is a treasure artifact with sacrifice this artifact to add 1 mana of any color, and it loses all other abilities. So it's going to turn your creature, whatever, into a treasure artifact that sacrifices to gain 1 mana, and it loses all abilities. This isn't terrible, actually. It's almost playable. It's a 3 mana, kind of kills a creature. They decide to let it sit. Like if they're most likely you put this on like a plane, on their commander or something. Especially if the legend is what makes the deck tick. If it's built all around the commander or something like that, put this right on the commander. I know if you put this on my commander, unless I remove it, I'm toast. You know, there's everything dies to removal more or less. But yeah, this is pretty good. This kind of. I mean, it's not indestructible. It's not crazy. So we're going to keep going. Next up, we've got Lowsome Troll for 3 mana of any color and Forest, 5cc, creature type Troll. This Troll is a 6/2. He has so much extra front. Look at that reach on this guy. You know what I'm talking about? For 3 mana of any color and a Forest, so 4 mana in total. You can roll a d20. Activate only if Lowsome Troll is in your graveyard. So this is a graveyard effect. Be cool if there was like a graveyard up in the corner, like a little tombstone or something. So I knew it had graveyard effects or something. That would be beautiful. Just saying, I really like that from that one set. What was it, Odyssey or something like that? So a 1 through 9 on the d20 roll is going to net you. Put Lowsome Troll on top of your library. A 10 through 19 is going to return Lowsome Troll to your hand. And a magical 20 is going to return the troll to the battlefield tapped. Battlefield tapped for the most crazy of the rolls there. The 20, the 1 in 20 chance with most of the other ones as well. I don't know, what do you think about that? Next up, I've got Herald of Hadar. For 4 mana of any color and 1 swamp, 5cc with a creature type human warlock. Like the concept here. He's a common, he's a 4/4. He has Circle of Death, son, for 5 mana of any color, and a swamp. So 6 mana, roll a d20. 1 through 9 is going to net you. Each opponent loses 2 life. 10 through 19, each opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. And the magical number 20, each opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. Create 2 treasure tokens. It's not the best on this one. Obviously, it's a common, so you're not going crazy there. Next up, we have a sword I don't know how to feel about. We have Dancing Sword for 1 mana of any color, and then a Plains. So 2 CC. We have an artifact equipment. Sword, once again, it says, when equipped creature dies, you may have Dancing Sword become a 2/1 construct artifact with flying and ward 1. If you do, it isn't an equipment anymore. And this sword gives +2/+1, and its equip cost is 1. I don't know. I like Godsend better in this spot. If I had to like make a choice between 2 swords or something that are similar, I'd pick Godsend here. Just on scale and stuff. So just putting that out there. Next up, we have Arcane Investigator for 1 mana of any color and an island. So we have 2 CC creature type elf wizard. He is a 2/1, and you can search the room for 5 mana of any color and an island. So for 6 mana total, you can roll a d20 here. 1 through 9 is going to net you a card. Draw a card. 10 through 20 is going to look at the top three cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand, and the rest in the bottom of your library in any order. And that is all, folks. Next up, we have a Scaled Herbalist for 1 mana of any color and a forest. So we have a 2 CC creature lizard druid that is a 1/3 with a bunch of extra booty that taps. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield is this man's effect here. This little druid feller. And then we have like a new thing here, I think. I thought maybe they acted like sagas at first glance. We'll see what it says here. I haven't read them because I like to try to keep everything real, the suspense, oh my god, is this good or not? I try to do it pretty authentically. So next up we have Barbarian class. So we have a lot of class things here. This one in particular costs 1 mountain, so 1 CC, very low CC. It says, gain the next level as a sorcery to add its ability. So if you would roll 1 or more dice, instead roll that many dice plus 1 and ignore the lowest rolls. So this allows you to roll a dice twice, kind of, essentially. And then we'll just keep going, because I don't know how this exactly works. Maybe you pay 2 mana whenever you want, I guess, or something. So for 2 mana, you get level 2. So when you roll 1 or more dice, target creature you control gets +2/+0 and gains menace until end of turn. And then it's level 3, costs 2 mana of any color and a mountain, so 3 mana in total for the final one. And we have level 3, creatures you control have haste. So maybe this kind of sits there as an enchantment, and you kind of have to power it up, kind of like those creatures from like a Zendikar set or something like that. They put money into and they get these counters, and these counters act for a thing, except you're just putting money in this thing to advance it, I think. And then you can put whatever level you want. You can sit at any level. I mean, right here, I guess you'd want to sit at level 3, I believe, on the Barbarian class. Get haste for 1 mana. Well, looks like for 5 mana total or something. A lot, actually. 6. Good amount of mana. Next up, we have Zorn, X-O-R-N, for 2 mana of any color and a mountain, 3 CC, creature type elemental. So elemental is a 3/2, has a little extra front action because it has another set of hands. Arms, got a whole another pair of arms. If you would create 1 or more treasure tokens, instead create those tokens plus an additional treasure token. Okay, so this creates another treasure token on top of how many ever treasure tokens you just make or something right now and then. Going to the next one, we have good old Gnawbone for 5 mana of any color and Forest. 7 CC legendary creature dragon. This dragon is a 7/7. It's green. It's flying. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, create that many treasure tokens. So this card and the last card could kind of interact with each other. Very nice, if at all possible. We're going to move right along. I like it, though. I like it a lot. It is a mythic. Next up, we have Prosper Tome Bound for 2 mana of any color, and then a Swamp Mountain for 4 CC. We have a legendary creature, Fling, Warlock. He has a 1/4 with Death Touch, and he has a ability called Mystic Arcanum. So at the beginning of your end step, exile the top card of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play that card. And it also has Pact Boon. So whenever you play a card from exile, create a treasure token. So we have this treasure token theme. He looks like he had horns sawed off or something. It's honestly looks, art-wise, it looks very good here. I like the fact that it's Warlock. I'd have to look into Tieflings. I don't know what a Tiefling is. I'm sure there's a lot of lore behind that or something. But we're going to move right along to another class. We have Warlock class, while on the same account of talking about Warlocks. For 1 swamp, 1 CC, you can gain the next level as a sorcery to add its ability, as the one before it said. So at the beginning of your end step, if a creature died this turn, each opponent loses 1 life. Yeah. Kill my stuff, I kill my stuff, you kill my stuff. Whoever's stuff kills my stuff, everybody take 1. For 1 mana and a swamp, so 2 CC, we have a level 2 here. So when this class becomes level 2, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. So that's going to feed your graveyard. That's also going to, I mean, you're drawing essentially as well, maybe. If you're at least drawing more than 1, I would, because it'd be this card plus 1, I think. And then the final one, level 3 here is a bit expensive. It costs 6 mana of any color and then a swamp, so 7 mana in total. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses life equal to the life they lost this turn. So it's going to essentially deal double damage to opponents. So whatever they take, they're going to take that much again on top. That's very good. Wizard class, 1 mana, 1 CC, 1 island. You have no maximum hand size unless you want to pay 2 mana of any color in an island. So if you want to pay 3 mana, when this class becomes level 2, draw 2 cards instead. Okay, no hand size, draw 2 cards. And then for the big daddy bang boom, level 3, 4 mana. Pay an extra 1 blue, 5 mana in total. Whenever you draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. So draw a card, put a counter on a creature. That's not terribly bad either. It's pretty good. Next up, we have the Ranger class. I've already told you I have a Ranger Lord right now, or a Legend. It's pretty beat up, though. For 1 mana of any color, and then a Mountain for 2 CC here. This one's actually 2 CC. So we're going up, but green's like, I don't care. We got the Elf Dorks and all sorts of things, and we'll go grab a land or 2 or 3 or 6 or 7, you know. We don't care. So when Ranger class enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. If you want to pay 1 mana and a forest, 2 CC. Whenever you attack, put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature. So make a 2/2, put a +1/+1 counter on that 2/2. And then finally, for 3 mana of any color and a forest, so 4 mana in total, you may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast creature spells from the top of your library. That's pretty good. This one's rare. Pretty good there. Moving on to the Bard class for 1 red mana and 1 green mana. So Bard's going to be Gruul colors. Gruul, green and red. Legendary creatures you control enter the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on them. That's not entirely too bad. For red and green mana, so 2 mana here, it's got another legendary deal. It says legendary spells you control, legendary spells you cast cost 1 red and green less to cast. This effect reduces only the amount of colored mana you pay. So that's very nice there as well, if you may as well. Okay, and for the final ability on this guy, we have for 3 mana of any color and a mountain forest, so 5 mana in total. We have level 3. When you cast a legendary spell, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play them this turn. I'm liking that ability. I hope you guys check that ability out. It's like, instead of drawing and holding on to them or casting something, you're off the top of your library casting them. Hopefully. For free or cheap or whatever. Moving on, we have a Cleric class, which I like as well. For 1 white mana, 1 CC here. This one is unfortunately an uncommon, so it's probably not going to be amazing. But if you would gain life, you gain that much life plus 1 instead for 3 mana of any color and a plane. So 4 mana for level 2. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Not very good either, I don't think, personally. But for 4 mana and 1 plane, so for 5 mana in total, for its level 3, we get, when this class becomes level 3, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. You gain life equal to its toughness. So that one's not totally bad right there. You gotta resurrect a creature in the graveyard, which is something that I like that white does. I don't have a complaint there. It is 5 mana. It is quite high. You do also gain life on the toughness, so it's like a reverse path or whatever. Shoot. I washed my place, didn't I? Ladies and gentlemen, what were we on? We were on the Cleric class, yeah? Well, we're going to move on to a legend. We have Minimus, Beloved Ranger. He is a red, green, and white mana, 3 CC, legendary creature, human ranger. He is also a 3/3. When Minimus, Beloved Ranger, enters the battlefield, create Boo, a legendary 1/1 hamster creature token with trample and haste. Bitch. For X mana until end of turn, target creature you control has base power and toughness XX and becomes a giant in addition to its other types. Activate only as a sorcery. Said what? Who? What? I do know the little hamster guy is coming up in about a card or two. Right after this one, I think. So a card next in line is going to be You Meet in a Tavern. Y'all decide you want to drink on this adventure, right? For 2 mana of any color and forest, so 4 CC sorcery speed, you have one option. It says choose one. You have a couple options to choose from. Option 1 is form a party. Okay, so look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal any number of creature cards from among them and put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And then you can also start a brawl. You can start throwing hands in this bee. Creatures you control are going to get +2/+2 until end of turn if you'd rather, destroy the tavern and its inhabitants. If you'd like to just go to town, wrecking shit. Alright, this is going to be a quick one. We have a new artwork, I believe. A different artwork on Treasure Chest. I'm starting to think the artwork yesterday was possibly going to be the promo or something like that. I think it was foil and stuff. So here's another artwork of Treasure Chest real quick. I'm not going to read into it. We did it yesterday. It's a pretty good card. And here we go. We have Boo. We have the token legendary creature Hamster with Trample, Haste, and 1/1. And Go for the Eyes, Boo, is the flavor text. I'm digging it. I looked and looked, and I never found the teaser info that I was looking for to make a video on. So I apologize for that, guys. Next up, we have Fighter Class. So we didn't have Knights for whatever or anything else, but we have Fighter Class. So for red and white mana, 2 CC, when Fighter Class enters the battlefield, search your library for an equipment card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and then shuffle. I can play this in my equipment deck if I ever get to buying parts for it. Equip abilities you activate cost 2 less to activate for level 2 for 1 mana of any color and Mountain Plains. So for 3 mana, Boros colors. Equipped abilities are 2 less. And then finally, for 3 mana of any color and then Boros, red-white mana, 5 mana in total, you get to level 3 whenever a creature you control attacks up to 1 target creature, blocks it this combat if able. I don't know how I feel about that last one. We're going to move right along to another legendary creature. We have Sephris of the Hidden Ways for 1 white mana, 1 blue mana, 1 black mana, 3 CC with a 2/3, little bit of extra butt, legendary creature Human Wizard. Whenever 1 or more creature cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere, venture into a dungeon. This ability triggers only once each turn. Also, we've got Create Undead. Whenever you complete a dungeon, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. I don't think that's bad at all. I would play that. If I had enough of the new set, I would play this. Looks very nice. Pass it along. One of my favorite things. Actually, if I had a child and if I had a kid, like a little girl or something, I would like to name her Rogue. I like the name Rogue. But anyway, we have Rogue Class up next for 1 blue mana and 1 black mana, 2 CC. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of that player's library face down. You may look at it for as long as it remains exiled. And then if you want to pay 1 mana of any color and a blue and a black mana, 3 mana in total, and go to level 2, creatures you control are going to gain Menace. And then finally, for 2 mana of any color and then Island Swamp, so 4 mana in total, you're going to go to level 3, and then you may play cards exiled with Rogue Class, as you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast those spells. Alrighty then, moving right around. Right now, you're in by now. We're going to the Sorcerer class for 1 blue mana and 1 red mana, 2 CC. When Sorcerer class enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. That sounds like sugar on toast. No, that even sounds way better. For 1 blue mana and 1 red mana, we got level 2 here. For 2 mana, 2 CC, creatures you control have tap and add either blue or red mana to your mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast instant or sorcery spells or to gain a class level. Okay, then. Next up, for 3 mana in total, 3 mana of any color, and then a blue and red mana, 5 mana in total. You get to level 3 here, And whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, that spell deals damage to each opponent equal to the number of instant and sorcery spells you've cast this turn. So that would only be good with, like, Storm, I think. Anyway, we're going to move on to an Ingenious Smith. Sorry for hitting the camera there. For 1 mana of any color, and then 1 plains, 2 CC, we have a creature type Human Artificer. They're nice. This feller is just a 1/1. When Ingenious Smith enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact card from among them and put it in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Whenever 1 or more artifacts enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Ingenious Smith. This ability triggers only once each turn. That's a shame. That's a shame. Next up, we've got Price of Loyalty. Look at the pauldrons on this guy. Look at the padding. Look at the armor. Price of Loyalty. You outdid yourself here. I would say that I really like the artist here. So if we were doing artist-based stuff, I would definitely be like, hey guys, check that out. Is that not rad? For 2 mana of any color in a mountain, 3 CC, sorcery speed, gain control of target creature until end of turn and tap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn. If mana from a treasure was spent to cast this spell, that creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. So alright, we're going to steal stuff here. Moving on to another legendary boy. We've got Vrondis, Rage of Ancients. For 3 mana of any color in a mountain, forest, 5 CC, legendary creature dragon, Barbarian. This feller is a 5/4. He has a weird symbol, if you ask me. I think that's sus, the symbol. I don't know what's going on there. He also has Enrage. Whenever Vrondis, Rage of Ancients, is dealt damage, you may create a 5/4 red and green dragon spirit creature token with, when this creature deals damage, sacrifice it. When you roll 1 or more dice, you may have Vrondis deal 1 damage to itself. Very, very strange. But yeah, with these dragon, barbarians, knights, I wish they had wings, bud. You know? I guess they gain some intellect points if they don't have wings. I don't really know. This one seems bad too. We've got Split the Party for 3 mana of any color, and then Island, 5 CC, sorcery speed. Oh no! Don't do it! We've got Choose Target Player. Return half the creatures they control to their owner's hand, rounded up. Okay. Moving right along, we have Lemur, Desert Doom. We've got a weird dragon here, a crazy one. For 3 mana of any color, and then Island. For 5 mana, you get a legendary creature dragon in mono blue that is a 5/5 with flying. He has Ward 4. His Ward 4 as long as it's untapped. Very, very good. I guess he only has half protection on every other turn there or whatever, but whenever a Mirth deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Then if you have fewer than 3 cards in hand, draw cards equal to the difference. This dragon is very good. This is another playable option, I would say, for this set. Mono blue dragon shenanigans, whatever, blue stuff. Next up, you've got Silver Raven for 1 blue mana, 1 CC. Artifact creature bird, 1/1 with flying. When Silver Raven enters the battlefield, you get to scry 1. Very nice. Next up, that we finally reached a card that was not in English. It looks like it's a vampire, though. But we're going to go over the CC real quick. It's a longer video. I appreciate those hanging in there. I'm just doing one video. It's easier if I don't get up early enough. And if I got other stuff to do, it just works out better. But for 3 mana of any color, and then Swamp, so 5 CC in total, you're getting a 4/4 black vampire, I think. It's rare. It flies. So it's a flying 4/4 with ward. But this guy's ward is discard a card. Okay? And then whenever this card, whenever this vampire or whatever deals combat damage to a player, put that many +1/+1 counters on it. So I'm guessing if he deals 4 damage to you, flies right over your guy, whatever it may be, I think you're going to put 4 counters on him. So he's going to be an 8-8. And then if he hits you again, that's going to be 16-16. And one more hit, 32, whatever, etc. Bigger, badder. I think this is good. So definitely liking this vampire. We do have the new vampire set coming out, and I've been longing to make a vampire deck, personal reasons. I need a vampire deck eventually, for sure. I just haven't found my fancy of vampires yet. And I've seen some other people play different vampires, etc. But we'll get there. Here's the Lonely Druid class for 1 mana of any color, and then a Forest, 2 CC. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. If you'd like to pay 2 mana of any color and a Forest, 3 mana, go to level 2. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Alrighty then. And then if at some point it fancies you to pay 4 mana of any color and then a Forest, so 5 mana in total, go to level 3. When this class becomes level 3, target land you control becomes a creature with haste. And this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control, and it is still land. That seems sketchy, but it is what it is. It's only one of your lands. It's probably not going to be catastrophic. It might actually do some good for you, especially depending on the formats. Next up, we just have an uncommon dragon. We've got a blue dragon for 5 mana of any color and island. So we have a 7cc 5/5 flying dragon. Has lightning breath, so when blue dragon enters the battlefield until your next turn, target creature an opponent controls gets -3, -0, up to 1 other target creature gets -2, -0, and up to 1 other target creature gets -1, -0. So not bad for an uncommon, doing some work. This one's very interesting, I think. I'm curious what's going on here. This seems familiar to me. We have Mind Flayer for 3 mana of any color and island, 5 CC for a creature type horror. This horror is a 3/3 rare. It has Dominate Monster. So when Mind Flayer enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature for as long as you control Mind Flayer. I like Mind Flayer a lot. Different people enjoy stealing people's stuff, and I won't disagree with other people. Killing other people with their stuff is pretty interesting for sure. Definitely not meta as well and things like that. Very nice. Moving along with a new wolf. We have Direwolf Prowler for 2 mana of any color and a Forest, 3 CC. Creature type wolf. This wolf is a 2/2. It is a common. You can pay 1 mana and a Forest, so 2 mana total. Direwolf Prowlers gets +2/+2, becomes a 4/4, gains haste until end of turn. Activate only once each turn. Okay, sure. It shouldn't be like that, but okay. Next up, we've got Paladin's Shield for 1 mana of any color and a Plains. For 2 CC, we have an artifact equipment with Flash. When Paladin's Shield enters the battlefield, attach it directly to target creature you control. Equipped creature is going to get +0/+2, and this thing has an equip cost of 3, which is pretty atrocious, but what are you going to do? It looks nice, it's shiny, etc. Then we've got Galilei, Kindler of Hope. Looks like Kindler. He's a legendary creature elf knight. He costs 1 mana of any color and Forest, Plains, Island. He also has a funky symbol down here, if you get my drift. Like I said, legendary creature elf knight. He is a 4/4 with vigilance. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. I like that. That's cool-ish right there, depending on what you do with it. You may cast aura and equipment spells from the top of your library. When you cast an equipment spell this way, it gains when this equipment enters the battlefield. Attach it to target creature you control. I like that a lot. So if you want to do this, this is probably going to be the new 3-color equipment deck. I could see an Elf Knight equipment type deck. It does not go into what I'm currently building, and I think she's better-ish. But that's something too. That's something to look at, I guess. Next up, and hopefully the last spoilers, we're hitting 40 minutes here. Appreciate anybody for coming out. We got Magic Missile for 1 mana of any color, and Mountain 3 CC, sorcery speed. This spell can't be countered. Magic Missile deals 3 damage, divided as you choose among 1, 2, or 3 targets. Very nice. And the final spoiler here, I don't know how to feel about it. Let me know what you guys feel about it. But we have the Book of Exalted Deeds for white, 3 white mana, legendary artifact. At the beginning of your end step, if you gained 3 or more life this turn, create a 3/3 white angel creature token with flying. For white, 3 mana, and tap the book, legendary artifact, Exalted Deeds. Exile the Book of Exalted Deeds, put an enlightened counter on target angel it gains. You can't lose the game, and your opponents can't win the game. Activate only as a sorcery. This is definitely up the alley in the Bible, Angel, all that kind of stuff for my Avacyn deck. So I might try to just lower some of the cost here, some of the CC. So I might just try to cut something heavier that's not one of the big things, like it's not one of the parts of the story of the deck. So we'll see what we can do there. I do have some lighter casting cost stuff I want to get rid of, but that's going the opposite direction with this. So if I pull one of these, we'll probably try to put it to use, you know, but I'm probably not going to buy one. That's why I feel on that one. Yeah. Very nice artwork, though, and everything else. Book is very cool, very cool, mythic. One I definitely wouldn't mind picking up in foil in your best artwork or whatever. Yeah. Maybe it's its only foil. But I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited for this new set, and I believe we reached the end there. Good luck to those who are entering the giveaway, and it looks like I said, I did some calculations. We only have 60-ish cards left. So that's spoiler season's going to be over in like 2 days. So you can get back to your vacationing, your summer, whatever you're doing. But yeah, it looks like we got 2 more days of spoiler season. I've got stuff out. If you're into Commander gameplay, Commander Wars EDH has stuff out. Go check that out. And I'm actually probably going to play some cards tonight. I'm probably going to do some grinding on Arena. And maybe put some bucks up. Few bucks on there and open some packs or something like that. Something cool to do later. So they're probably going to do that today, this evening, after editing and stuff. So hope you're all having a wonderful day, wonderful evening. I hope your tomorrow is wonderful. You know what I'm saying? I hope you have the best breakfast ever. You know, whatever that could be. I don't know. Think of the most amazing breakfast, dude. I hope you've had that, my guy. And just hope you're out there living your best life. I was trying to think of anything magical I can think of. I just want to thank you for everything. Make sure you subscribe. Come back for some more action. We got plenty of stuff for you. You will not be let down. We're going to the top, baby. We're going to the top. So, I'm your guy. Magical stuff. Hit me up. Whatever you need, boys. Whatever you need, fellas. Get at me.